What's up, crew? I am back with another reaction. This time we have King Spook, The Things in the Office Creepypasta, uploaded April 4th, 2020. Now, y'all already know all the important links will be down in the description. Without further ado, let's get into it. The Things in the Office. That's a creepy-ass title, low-key.
I can only imagine the events that set it all in motion. Sometime in the past, a previous employee of my company began stashing food in the ceiling tile above his cubicle.
What?
This collection of half-eaten fast food and rancid coffee cups festered into a sludge that, when mixed with water from a leaking sprinkler pipe, composted into a perfect storm of filth. Then the bugs came. All manner of gnats and roaches swarmed the mass of decomposing waste and slowly began to seep the oozing byproduct of their waste into the fiberboard ceiling tiles.
Oh, that's a person.
Eventually, this biomass of rotting food, insects, and feces broke through the wet fiberboard, and the entirety of the disgusting mixture fell onto Lily Davis as she sipped her morning tea. Then again, I can only imagine what led to this. What I couldn't prepare myself for is that Lily Davis would alternate between dry heaving and shrieking like a banshee.
Who?
And the smell. Oh God, that damn smell.
I can imagine.
I was 2 spaces down from her when the ceiling collapsed and unleashed that torrent of hell onto her. Kevin, the guy behind us, had also been splashed with the foul mixture. He had resorted to vomiting uncontrollably onto his workstation. More of the ceiling started to fall, and Kevin was in no position to dodge as another clump of fetid waste fell directly onto the back of his head.
That's so fucking nasty.
I shot back in my office chair and pinned my back against the wall as I scanned the ceiling. We'd been reporting the discolored tiles for weeks, but corporate hadn't seen fit to send a maintenance crew to do anything about it. While staring up at the ceiling, I could only cover my mouth in shock as I saw the browning ceiling tiles begin to pulsate. The bulging tiles seemed to move with a pulse as my coworkers tried to make sense of the horror that was unfolding around them.
It's time to leave, ain't it?
I saw a single section of grayish-white tile at the other corner of the room and made a mad dash for the location as the section over my desk collapsed into a stinking deluge of maggots and filth.
I'm clocking out early.
The office had erupted into a cacophony of desperate pleas and violent vomiting as my coworkers became one with the wave of stinking death that rained down on everyone.
Cacophony. I like that word.
I had no sooner made it to the only safe place in the room when I noticed that more than half of the ceiling had collapsed onto the floor. Brownish green liquid pulsated with maggots and cockroaches as it oozed across the carpet and toward the walls on all sides. My mind flashed to childhood. I thought about those afternoons pretending the floor was lava and how I'd try to make it from one end of the room to the other without touching the floor. Sadly, I didn't have the manual dexterity or the balance to attempt such a thing. Despite the overpowering stench of the room and the abundance of oozing funk, I moved as quickly to the fire door as humanly possible. By this point, my coworkers were beginning to move from their spaces in the cubicle farm towards the exits. Broken men and women covered in a noxious gunge and a swath of insects groaned and wailed as the gunk and bugs worked their way into their eyes, mouths, and noses. I made it to the fire exit relatively untouched by the fetid waste, and that's when I felt a slimy hand grasp my left shoulder. I could feel the wriggling creatures inside the film of filth trying to make it past my dress shirt and ripped it off as I jumped down the first flight of stairs. My shirt barely had time to settle on the stairs as my first coworker stumbled to the edge and fell to the landing where I stood. Her head slammed into the concrete with a loud thwack. It sounded like someone had hit a coconut with a baseball bat. Deep crimson blood seeped from the wound and pooled on the floor with the insects and brown slime that seeped off of her. I moved further down the stairs as another poor soul fell down and splattered onto the landing. Another individual skipped the stairs entirely and fell 10 floors down to smack against the bottom of the stairwell.
What the fuck is going on?
One by one, they filed into the stairwell and shambled about to spread the filth and all manner of death and chaos.
Why y'all still there?
The smell of blood and feces filled the stairwell and made it all but impossible to breathe as I exited on the second floor.
Y'all bullshitting.
The lights on the second floor flickered as that familiar stench made its way through the hallways. I saw a window at the end of the hallway and ran for it with all the stamina I could muster. Just as I made it halfway there, a door burst open, and 2 individuals covered in the miasmic sludge shambled out of an adjacent stairwell. I barely avoided them as they reached their arms out in an attempt to lunge at me that sent them squirming to the floor. More of them filed into the hallway as I smashed my fists against the glass in vain. The elevator to my left dinged as the doors opened and the unwashed horde poured into the car. The poor savs that tried to escape by elevator screamed in terror as they were assaulted by putrid gloop, writhing insects, and the violent stream of vomit that came from their now thoroughly demented coworkers. I used this distraction to grab a nearby fire extinguisher and bash the window open. I was able to climb out on the ledge and shuffle up into the side before more of my wretched fellow employees began throwing themselves outside. I crouched as best I could and pushed off the building to land on the nearby bed of grass. I rolled my ankle on the landing, but didn't wait to see what was happening. I could already see the unclean bastards shambling to their feet and moving out into the promenade. I limped away as fast as I could. And once I had moved far enough to escape the smell, I ordered a ride on Uber and went home. It's safe to say, I'll be calling in tomorrow.
I would hope so. His vocabulary at certain durations during the video is what killed me. Like, miasmic sludge and putrid gloop and all. Like, that killed me. I don't know why. It just did. By the way, before anyone talks shit, because I'm pretty sure there will be a few, when I said that the word cacophony, I like that word. It's just, I just like how it sounds. I know what it means. It's like a mixture of sounds. Like if you, for instance, if you walk into a jail, there's a cacophony of, you know, noises from screams to banging on bars and things of that nature. Like, I know what the word means. Fuck you if you don't think I do. Nah, that was nasty. I'm trying to tell you. The way that he described these things in the office, it sounds like they were attacked by, like, Muck or Grimer or fucking Garbodor. Like, those are all poison type Pokemon. And it's like, the way he described it, just like filth, feces, and all that. And that's basically what and trash. That's basically what those 3 Pokemon are composed of. So I don't know. I don't know. Y'all who aren't familiar with the Pokemon world, y'all not gonna know what those are. I'm gonna try to put up like some pictures of them so y'all know who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was disgusting in some parts of it. That shit. I'm glad I haven't ate yet. My dinner is in the oven. I'm baking some chicken tonight. I'm glad I haven't started eating yet, because that kind of made me sick to my stomach when I heard that. But not too much, but still. But shout out to King Spook. Alright, y'all. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you leave a like, a comment, and share the video. Join the TBS crew. That is all I got for y'all. Until next time, I am out.